All right, this is my intro to the two videos I'm about to show you. And you might find it weird that I'm showing my face. I'm doing this because one of the videos that I'm hoping you're going to get to see, and the reason I'm making this, is done by Eliane. She's part of this story and this idea that I had to make you guys laugh. She didn't want to record herself. She, very shy. Not like I am. My physical appearance, I'm just not. I just don't care about that. It's not like I doll myself up or something. Now she's just naturally, she's really pretty, so it's like I don't, can't be camera shy because of disfigurement. But I had made a video. I had an idea to make a video of a memory, something that happened a long time ago in my past that had a real, like a big significant humor had to be part of it, and also like to say an accident, like something big happened. And I had a thought about my friend Eliane and a fishing trip we took on our bikes and an incident that happened in it. And I thought it would be really, really funny to tell. And I got the idea that I tried to get her to tell her idea too, but not discuss it. And I hadn't talked to her in a very long, quite a long time. We were friends when we were teenagers in high school and whatnot. And when I'd go back up to my hometown up north, I'd stop in and see her too. Do a chit chat and everything like that. We have, all our friends are, know each other, and my family's all there. Sort of kept in touch, but in the last many years I hadn't really kept in contact because I haven't been around up there or done anything up there. And I had gotten on the I called her up. I got on the internet to chit chat with her a bit, but I called her up and out of the blue, kind of, and I said, "Hey, I was thinking about making this video." I said, "Do you remember when we went fishing? Because we'd done it a lot of times." But I said, "Do you remember when we went fishing and you had your little accident?" And right away, she started with her thought, and she started with, "Yes, I remember. I've never seen a guy," and I'm going to stop right there because she said just a few more words after that, but it'll tell a lot to the story. That to say it'll hook you. I guess I should say it because it'll hook. She says, "I've never seen a guy strip so fast," as what she said to me. And I had to cut her off while she was saying that. I said, "I don't want to talk about the story. What I want you to do is record yourself." And she lives a 13-hour drive, driving whatever 100 kilometers an hour from me roughly, north of my hometown up north. So she said she was going to, but she never ever did, and I knew it's because she was really, really shy of being on camera. But I told her. I kept asking her a few times, and we hadn't talked maybe in about maybe 2 months or 3 months. And she calls me up yesterday was Tuesday. She calls me on Sunday. We're Wednesday today. She called me on Sunday. It was like, whatever. I think it was around lunchtime, give or take a couple hours, somewhere around there. And she says she's in North Bay. She's coming south because she works for the government, taking upgrading in courses or some whatnot. And she's going to be near an hour and a half, whatever, not too far from where I live, which is, compared to a 13-hour drive. So she's roughly in my neck of the woods. So she says, can she stop by for, no problem, stop on by. And when she was here, she was sitting in here with me, and I was about to show her, and we hadn't just talked about it. I just thought in my mind, I'll show her the video that I made of the story, because after I called her up and talked to her about making this, I actually went and recorded my version of the story, which took me about a 10-minute little story. And I was about to show it to her, and I stopped. I said, "Okay, I want you to stand right here because I stood here when I said the story. I said, I want you to stand here and tell your version of the story." So I have my version and her version, but what I'm going to do is show her version first, because the story really happened to her. I'm going to show her version first, which is 5 minutes long, roughly. And I'm going to show her version telling the story. And I should have recorded when she watched my version for the first time, and then I watched her version. Because what I did is I left the room. I told her I'm going to hit record and I'm going to leave, because I'm going to be and you'll watch when her video starts. You hear me laughing, and I have to walk away and leave and go completely in the other upstairs in my house just because I'm laughing so hard because the story's playing in my head and I know, and she's already laughing too. So I got this idea to get her version let's say soiled, if you are, altered with my perception of saying something or adding something. Now she says parts of the story that I left out, that because I didn't remember them, and they were hilarious when I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that now. And then there's parts that she doesn't remember. She even states, there's where she's in her little fog moment there, even in the story. But it was real funny. Now you can judge by what a true story is, but two people's version of the story that were both there. I know you're going to find it very, very entertaining and very, very humorous. I wanted to make actually her brother. I have another story with her brother that I wanted to do this with too, and I've already recorded that video. I just need to get him to do it, and he's again one of these shy people that won't do it. Now, I recorded my face on this because Eliane had seen no other videos, and she says, you never show your face, and she's not willing to show her. She doesn't want me to show this video, and I asked her, I said, if you give me the right ever, can I show the video? So what I'm going to do is make this video with my face at the beginning and say I'll put it on YouTube if I can have, and I'm going to have her video right after this little intro I have here all together and my video on the end. So you get all, the intro, her story, and then my story. So you understand everything. And I really hope it gets people to do these stories themselves, but be sure you do not talk to the individual about the story. Just, do you remember this story? And let it, and tell the person stop. And like I said, I had to leave the room because I knew I would affect her by my laughter and stuff, because I was laughing hard already. But I was like literally crying and laughing. My side was hurting when I was watching her video, because to me it's the parts that especially that I didn't remember, and I should have recorded our reactions on it. That was almost a priceless thing, rewatching our videos like for the first time each. Her watching mine and me watching hers. So I hope this gets you guys ready to watch Eliane's story that I'm going to edit in right here, I guess to say. And I hope I haven't forgotten anything. If I have to make, I guess, another little video, either remake this one or put a little, if you will, credit on the video. But I hope you guys enjoy this little montage, or I don't know what you want to call it, but not montage. No, polydoc. Anyways, the little stories that are about to be said. All right, so watch this and laugh hard. Oh, this is gonna be good.
All right, Christian, I'm doing this for you because you're my friend and you've been begging me for this. So this is the story. This is my version of the story of what happened. Stop laughing. A few years ago. Yeah. So Christian had this bright idea that we should go fishing. So I said, yeah, sure. So we borrowed his dad's fishing rods because I didn't have any, and we're going with our bikes, and it had rained the day before. So we were fortunate to have all these awesome puddles to go with our bikes in them. And so we went, and I don't think we even caught anything that day anyways. But the puddles were fun, and we were having fun. So on the way back, I had the two fishing rods with me on the bike. And Christian had the minnows, and he had a few things on his bike, and I really didn't want to break a fishing rod because they weren't mine, and I didn't really have money at that time to buy other ones if ever anything happened. So Christian was in front of me, and he was going pretty fast, and we were going down a hill. So I waited for him to go, and there was a huge puddle, and there was mud anyways. So he goes first, and then he shouts at me, and he says, "Va pas vite," which means don't go fast. But what I heard is "va plus vite." So I started pedaling like a mad woman, going down that hill, hit that puddle, I guess, at the end, but my bike started swerving. So I didn't want to break the fishing rods, so I just gently dropped the fishing rods while I went flying on top of my bike. And I don't know what happened to my hands, but they just didn't do what they were supposed to, so I stopped with my face on the ground, and I split my... on top of my nose right here, I split it open and it started bleeding. But I was totally zonked out the first few seconds, and as I'm getting up, just to see what's going on, I see Christian running off of his bike and just ripping his shirt off to give it to me so I can wipe my face because he didn't know what was going on. And it was But I remember thinking to myself while I was seeing him pulling his shirt, like, man, I've never seen a guy strip this fast. And when I thought of that, I just started laughing. And when I started laughing, it actually split a bit more and it started dripping a bit more. So anyway, so I took his shirt and then we had to walk to my mom's house, which was right on the other side of the bridge. So I was trying to pedal my bike again, but the wheel was kind of crooked from the flip. So I had to walk beside my bike with the fishing poles. So I got at my mom's house, and by that time, me and Christian, we were kind of, I think we were laughing by then. Because he knew I was going to be okay. At first he was really worried, but after, like, he would, yeah. But anyway, so we were laughing a bit, but I was still hurting. So I got home, and I'm calling out to my mom, and I'm saying, Mom, come here. And she was doing laundry, and she was like, no, you come down, And I was like, Mom, come here. Anyways, so I finally did go downstairs, and Christian's waiting upstairs. And when my mom saw me, she panicked, and she went to get this stuff to like disinfect, but I guess she didn't think of reading on it, whatever. So I just put that stuff on my face, and I started screaming because it burnt. And then my mom looked at the bottle, and it like we had to dilute it in water. Anyways, so Christian by that time is laughing, so I'm laughing, but crying my eyes are dripping at the same time. And anyways, so that's my story of my fishing trip with Christian, and our fun with our bikes and yeah, the flips and the so that's kind of what I remember of. So it's been a while. Yeah. So this is it. That's my recollection of this memory. See ya.
This is my version of the story. Now, I don't want you to get mad when you hear or know that I'm laughing about somebody that got hurt badly. But you'll understand if you just listen to the story, and I hope I got you hooked. Alright, so it starts, it's a beautiful sunny day. I'm one of those spontaneous fishermen, I guess you will. Anyways, I don't know if I had called or if I just stopped by and picked her up. I'm pretty sure I called. Anyways, oh yeah, definitely had to have called. So anyways, she's expecting me, so I picked her up, and we're going fishing. Now I cross town, a little town, and then we get to her house. She lives at the edge of town, about a school baseball field's width along Highway 11 here in Ontario. Along Highway 11, she lives that far away from the bridge. There's a few houses right in that area, and so she's that distance to the bridge. So anyways, I pick her up and we take off fishing. Now we cross the bridge, and as soon as you get across the bridge, it drops down to where, trucks back up and drop off their four-wheelers or whatever, and it's large gravel rock like this, and there's a fairly big bed of it there, for them to back up and stop in. Multiple trucks can. And then when you continue on to the edge of that, it drops off where you see two trails drop, not trails, but ruts drop off to where the four-wheeler trail is. Now, it's forest on both sides, so you can't just go anywhere you want. You have to go up the trail. So, the width of the trail between the four-wheeler rut is probably about that wide. So, we're on that with our bikes. Now, on each side, there's about that much too, but there's also all these branches that come in from the forest. So you just tend to stick to where to the path. So now, as you get on this, it's slow turn all the way uphill. It's not, it's uphill, but it's a gradual turn to say. So it's not like a big sharp turn, but it's good enough with a turn all the way uphill. Now it had just been raining a couple days prior or the day prior, and it's fairly muddy, especially the higher we get up, the nicer it's getting. So anyways, we get up, and this is where you get up onto a little paved road. We drive down it just real quick. Gets off to another little dirt road where you just get to the end of where the dam is there in our town of Smooth Rock Falls. So now we go. There's a little trail. You walk down to the bottom. You go fishing. Beautiful day of fishing we did. I'm pretty sure I had a little lunch out there, whatnot. You come back. So we're riding back, and now we get into this path again. Off the little paved road, we get back into this path, the four-wheeler trail, and we're going down. Now, I'm having a little fun. I'm going a little faster than maybe I should be, so I'm going fast and faster. And, and like I say, it's a turn. You're turning in this whole thing downhill and away. So she's getting further and further behind me, and I'm having fun. Now, it starts getting fun when the mud starts getting really, really soft and I can feel it. So I'm really trying not to pedal anymore, but my brakes aren't working because the mud is just too much on my tire. Then what happens is I hit the rut and I fall into it. So now I can't even pedal regardless if I want or anything like that, but it's not like I would want to. But you're stuck in there and you can't even move your feet or anything. You're just hoping that nothing catches. So I'm carrying a whole crap load of speed here, and I'm yelling back, va pas vite, va pas vite. I don't know what she hears. She must have heard va vite or something. I'm saying don't go fast, and she must have heard go fast, go fast. I have no clue. So anyways, I'm getting to the bottom, and there's a little, like the angle of this hill has to be about going downhill like this, and then at the bottom it probably drops real quick, not for a long portion, but a little more like this. And then all of a sudden, it straightens up, but you hit this rut area that hits like this, and it's about, the wheel of a four-wheeler is about that wide, and it's about that deep. That's quite a lot of hard hit. So you hit these two ruts, boom, boom, like that. Now that's just one rut we're hitting in the tire. So when I hit that, I make it over. It's not the biggest issue in the world for me, but I make it over that because it's about, the rut's going to be about that deep. Now I have a man's bike. Eliane is a petite, if you will, 5 foot tall maybe, very pretty, extremely in the face, you know what I mean, everything, but, the face, a very pretty girl, I don't know if she had, the perfect teeth, everything like that, So anyways, she's coming behind me. Now, I only get a few glimpses back here and there because I'm biking for my life, if you will. And when I hit this, and I'm just, I almost lose control when I hit these big rocks. And I'm still on my brakes the whole time I've been trying to slow down. So, I get a few glimpses back, and I see her, I can hear her laughing before I see her. She's having fun. But then I hear the laughing stops, so, not to say I knew, but, the hindsight, she got into that rut too. So the fun stopped there, Now she's standing up on her bike, you're not sitting at this point, so she's standing on her bike and she's carrying some speed, to say it's herself, Now, you can see the seriousness, in the few seconds of reflection I get, I can see the seriousness there, and I already know it's going to be bad, Now, I'm trying to go, now, she hits that same rut. Now, she's got a smaller bike. She had her bike from she was a teenager because she's such a small person. So, that bike she has is such a smaller tire. It hits that rut, and it does one of those catapult effects to her. Now, the tire buckles at the same time, so the bike doesn't go anywhere, but it just kind of it gives her a full launch. Now, she's got both of my dad's poles in hand on her bike. And when she hit that, the poles never left her hand. She treated those fishing poles in case like they were ski poles. And they were just like this. And she was, like going like that across the ground, Now, I thought it was really, really funny myself. Now, because I'm only getting a few glimpses of this. Now, I saw the full Superman happening. Now, it almost looked like she was going, horizontal with the earth, because of the speed she was carrying. But in actuality, like if this was her head, it went like one of these bumps and she kicked back. Like I saw when it like that. Like I saw a kickback. I only saw the moment where the bike did one of these and she went like that. And then I saw the moment of, I could see it looked like she was going to actually fly, and oh no, she wasn't. It was more like it looked like she was horizontal for a while until she just wasn't, and then that bounce back. Now I was laughing because in my mind it's, why aren't you trying to brace your face? Like why aren't you let go of those? Now. As soon as I wasn't stopped, but as soon as I was slowed down enough, I let everything, like I let the bike go and everything, like I just got right, and I'm turning back around, taking off my backpack as fast as I can, I'm ripping up my shirt as fast as I can, getting it off, and I need to get, I know there's going to be blood, definitely mud and all, I need to take care of her face, but I'm laughing. I'm laughing before I'm even off my bike. I'm laughing while I'm taking my shirt off. I'm laughing all the way to, I'm laughing the whole time where I'm taking care of her too. Now, she is wanting to cry. She is crying, but it's like she's in so much pain that she almost can't cry, but you can, but, just you're like, it's that shock kind of pain. Now, she is in pain, and I'm laughing, and now she is laughing, telling me to stop laughing, because it hurt, not say I'm hurting her more, but, now she's got all in the teeth blood, the nose around the eyes, she is just face bloodied, now I'm asking her, like, why didn't you let the poles go to cover your face, I believe I can remember her saying, I didn't want to break your dad's fishing pole, it's like, it's one of those kind of funny things, like it's a, in your mind, to me it's like, it's not a face there, so it's, I don't care what my dad would have done to me, don't worry about that, I didn't care about anything that I had. So anyways, she's crying, I'm laughing, and I got her laughing while she's sort of crying. We just get up, it's close to the, it's right there to the bridge, I got the bikes, and I carry, got all this stuff, and I'm trying to carry, just worry about herself, cross the bridge, get her over to her house, and I dropped off whatever her nut stuff. Her mom is just there too, I say I'm just gonna head off home. I explained to her mom what happened. Her mom's trying to wipe up her face and everything, and I'm trying, and I'm laughing too. And her mom's even saying it's not funny. I'm like, I know it's not funny, but I think it's funny because you didn't see. And I believe got her mom laughing a little bit because she saw that Eliane was laughing about it a little bit, trying not to, but it's like, I can't explain what I saw and how funny it was. Really, it's one of those moments you have to see. I try to explain it. But it was so funny, So now all I did was, after it was, she was somewhat, explained and taken care of. I took back off home. I had to clean the fish and everything. And then I came back just to check up on her a little bit later. And her mom had already had my shirt all washed up, perfectly clean. But it was just, I know her mom was thankful I was there. In my mind, it was like, oh, it's nothing to be thankful for, because that was one of these situations that was, if we hadn't went fishing, it would have never happened. But it was a good time, and now that good time that turned into a bad time mostly for Eliane, for me it was, it I think turned into a funny time now. And there's no scars, nothing that's left for her, so it's not like she worries, like, I've had scars from certain, stories and stuff, but for me, it would be kind of, funny things for me, but, for her, really, really, I'm ugly, really pretty girl, she didn't get, suffer nothing, that was permanent or anything like that, but, so, it's a story that can be told with some humor now, and if you got the laughter a little bit, or the shock even, it's great. I hope to hear Eliane's version of the story, and I can't wait to actually hear it. All right, thanks.